Sup, y'all, and welcome to the Jack Vita Show. I'm Jack Vita. It is August 14th, 2019, a Wednesday evening, a rare evening recording of the podcast. And that's because we have a great guest joining us in just a second. I'll tell you about him in a second. But first, let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect coming up on the podcast over the next couple of weeks. So today we're not going to be talking any football. And there's a reason behind that. I know everyone is hungry for preseason football coverage. That'll come. Jordan Morandini and I, and if you listen to the podcast, you know who Jordan is. He did the MLB preview with me. We're going to do a 4-part NFL preview show where we will cover 2 divisions in each podcast episode. We've got our guests lined up, and we'll have a third guest with us for each show. So next week we're going to be recording the AFC North and the NFC North. That'll be one show, and then the AFC East and the NFC East and the AFC East. That'll be a separate show, and then we'll do the other divisions later. It'll be a fun little preview to get you all set for the NFL season. And the reason we're doing that, one, we thought it'd be really fun. It'd be a chance for us to get some other fresh perspectives in. Second, if you've listened to our previews, we tend to go a long time. So this is a way to break it up, and it'll be a lot of fun. So look out for that. That should be a good time. Tonight, we're going to be talking a lot of baseball. We're in the dog days of August. Days are starting to get a little darker outside, but I got a guy here who's going to brighten the mood for everyone. Jonathan Jaggard. How you doing, Jonathan?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me tonight, Jack.
Recent Indiana grad.
Go Hoosiers.
Go Hoosiers, yes. Just started a new job.
Yep. Been working hard in the city. Been listening to your podcast, actually. I just heard the most recent one. And I heard about this lady, Leslie, who was supposed to come on.
Yes.
And sorry, folks, I'm not Leslie.
She'll be coming on soon. Yeah. We had to push it back. Had some stuff going on. Just wasn't going to work out. Lots going on right now, but that'll come up soon.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited to have this happen. You know, Jack, I think you're doing some great things on this podcast. I love talking baseball and whatever else that you're coming up with. So
thank you very much. So, you're a big Yankees fan. Follow the team very closely.
That's right. My father is from Brick, New Jersey, and he was a huge Yankees fan growing up, and that was the only sport that he forced onto me when I was a kid. And so I was growing up in the suburbs of Chicago as a Yankees fan, having no one to talk Yankees with except my dad. So, I follow very closely. I root for the Cubs, too. Just because they're the hometown team, about to move to Wrigleyville. So I'll be going to a lot more games.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
What's life like as a Yankees fan? A lot of haters?
A lot of haters out there. It's a bit lonely, at least being here in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on an island. And, I'm reading all this stuff on Bleacher Report, Twitter, all these different news sites. And I just have no one to talk about it with. So I'm just sitting here stewing. I'm angry at Boone for whatever. I'm happy with Boone, or I'm mad at Cashman, or I'm mad at Chapman, whoever's blowing it. Doing a lot of overreaction, but I have no one to vent to. So there's a lot of emotions that are built up in me as a Yankees fan.
Well, let's have a little therapy session here. Let's talk some Yankees. We'll get to some other stuff going on in baseball. How are you feeling about the Yankees right now?
Yeah, the Yankees. I'm naturally pessimistic about them, just because, I'm just naturally pessimistic about them. But currently, the way things are looking...
You sound like a Mets fan right now.
Yeah, they growing up, I would always have, high expectations for Yankees teams, and they were always fighting for, World Series berths, but... a lot of playoff losses, and, they won in 2009, and I don't remember anything before that, being 22. So I'm used to a lot of
you don't remember being 12 years old?
That's what I remember. I remember
okay,
that, but
okay.
I mean before that.
Before that, okay,
Right.
gotcha.
So I don't remember, Jeter winning, 3 in a row, and Derek Jeter became Mr. November on my birthday.
Oh,
so
that's a great story.
Actually, that might not be true. We're gonna check that.
It sounds good. It's good enough to be true.
I've got some great stories from my dad, Pete. But yeah, so how I'm feeling about the Yankees right now. They are looking really good from an offense perspective. Yeah. It's really fun to watch.
Offense has been there for a couple years now.
Yeah,
pitching is question, right?
But what's so cool about the offense right now is it's not the guys that you think.
Yeah,
Stanton has played less than 10 games this year. Sanchez, while he's been playing, has been really solid, but he's been in and out. Judge had a long stretch of being injured. Aaron Hicks, he's hurt right now. Nobody really knows. So right now, the Yankees' leaders in WAR are DJ LeMahieu.
Gio Urshela, would he be on that list?
Number 2 is Gardner. And no, Gio is, I don't know where Gio is, but Tauchman is number 3.
Tauchman, okay.
Tauchman.
Yeah.
And this guy, Tauchman, came on the scene out of nowhere, also from the Rockies. And he actually is from the Chicago area. He went to Fremd High School. He played football against Jimmy Garoppolo in high school, picked him off, and had a game-winning drive against him, apparently. So, but yeah, those are not the 3 guys that you would expect to be leading the Yankees in WAR.
Yeah.
2 guys that weren't on the team last year, and the oldest player on the team behind CC Sabathia. So it's the next man up mentality. That's what's going on right now, and so it's fun. And they're not an easy team to hate right now, because they don't have some crazy ace pitchers that are, like the Astros that are just mowing batters down. And their offense is just a bunch of no-name players that no one had heard of, Tauchman, Gio Urshela, and guys that came up in their system. So it's really fun right now, and I'm looking forward to October.
That's good. I like optimism. Urshela, I think, is hitting around 330 right now, by the way.
Wow.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah. Didn't know who he was before this year. Most people didn't.
Yeah. I think the Blue Jays gave him up for cash about a year ago.
Yeah. When he came up, it had to do with the Andujar injury, that was pretty disappointing because Andujar finished second in Rookie of the Year voting last year. I think he should have won. But Gio Urshela came in. He's supposed to be good defensively, and then he was tearing it up offensively, and all the advanced metrics were saying he was supposed to regress, and then he just never did. And he's been fantastic the whole year. So he's great. He's really fun to watch. Nice guy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that he hasn't even got, as a Yankee, that Urshela hasn't even gotten a whole lot of attention, because everyone always talks about how the Yankees have the big spotlight. You hear about all the Yankees players, and I agree with that. There's a little bit of East Coast bias, but I didn't notice till the other day that Urshela was really smoking the ball this year.
Yeah, no, that is.
I knew he was doing pretty well, but I didn't know that it was like 330. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the reason would be. Theory might be, you got to kind of prove yourself for longer in New York. You kind of need a full season of that, and that's where he's getting right now. So I'm hoping that people will start, really paying attention to him. But that is kind of surprising, because he has been one of the cornerstones of the Yankees this year.
So we know the Yankees can hit the ball. They've been able to do it for a couple of years. They have a good bullpen still. Starting pitching is a question mark. And my concern, as an outsider for the Yankees, I think if they get into a series with the Astros or the Indians, 2 teams that have excellent pitching, and the Yankees have a lot of guys who strike out a lot, I think that could be problematic.
I don't disagree with you. I think back to past playoff runs for the Yankees and them just getting shut down by quality pitchers. And it does scare me a little bit, but I think that this Yankees offense is better than recent years. And so, right now what the Yankees are elite in is their offense and their relief pitching. And those two, so right now the Yankees are elite in offense and relief pitching. And those two are really strong, and they're strong enough to carry them to a World Series bid. But if they had that final piece of the starting pitching, I would feel a lot more secure. But it makes me very nervous because, you throw Tanaka, who's been up and down this year, you throw him against the Astros on the road. Let's say he gets rocked for 6 runs in, 2 innings, and then, that's all your starting pitcher gives you. I could see that happening with Paxton, I don't think they're even going to pitch Hap in the playoffs. Same thing could happen with CC. Hopefully Severino.
Domingo Germán.
Domingo Germán. He's been one of the few bright spots as far as starting pitching goes this year. So we'll see what happens. Severino's coming back. I'm crossing my fingers that he's going to be fantastic. Return to his all-star form. But you never really know, and there's going to be a lot of runs scored in these games, I think, because the Yankees can put up runs against anyone, and they can give up runs to anyone. They're having these slugfests with the Orioles.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. You should be shutting the Orioles out every game. But instead, you're giving up, 6-8 runs to the Orioles. So we'll see. It's going to be an exciting series no matter who they play in each round. So, but yeah, the pitching is definitely a big problem.
Looking at American League teams outside of the Astros, who you got By the way, actually, you know what? I'll come back to this question in a second. You got to see the Astros last night.
Yeah.
How was that? What did it look like?
It was a lot of fun. They were in town to play the White Sox, and they had a doubleheader. And it was Garrett Cole versus Ivan Nova. So it was, supposed to be 2 solid pitchers. Nova's numbers have not been great this year, but you know that he's got the raw stuff. Garrett Cole, he's leading the AL in strikeouts, or maybe it's strikeouts per 9. He's
something like that.
He's clearly one of the best pitchers in the majors. So I was expecting him to just work through the White Sox, especially in the second game of a doubleheader. But that's just not what happened. The Sox, they got to him early, put a few runs on the board. And the Astros just couldn't really come up with anything. I think.
Well, he had to leave the game with a hamstring injury.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not like these millennials who are just on their phone all the time. I actually go to these games and I watch. I talk to my friends, but I'm paying attention to the game. He left. I thought it was just because he was pitching pretty terrible. Because he was not looking that great. So, you never want to wish an injury on someone, but that definitely. That definitely helps my Yankees. So. But I wish him a quick recovery, because you don't want to see, when in any sports series when a star player gets hurt, that makes it less fun for everyone. It's just it's that poor guy. He's been working his whole life for these big moments. So is it serious? Tell me about this injury.
We're gonna find out over the next few days. Hamstring injury, did not go on the DL. I still call it the DL. I don't know.
The IL now?
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. The DL.
He did not go on the DL. We'll find out if he does over the next couple days. I mean, they don't have to put him on there right away because it can go retroactive because he's a pitcher and everything like that. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, if that's a big injury and he has to miss a month, I know they have a pretty comfortable league, but you want him to be in tip-top peak form entering the playoffs. You don't want him to just get 2 starts before the playoffs.
Yeah, no, I agree. And they're, like the Yankees, they want that home field advantage because that makes such a huge difference in baseball.
Yeah.
And so that would be big. That would really hurt them if he's out for a long time. They really don't need him just because their starting pitching is so solid, I would say.
The Greinke and
so
Aaron
I don't
Sanchez
think even if he is out for a month, I don't think it'll affect the race that much. But you don't want that.
Yeah,
you definitely don't want that. So.
They need him for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they need him healthy for then. I went to a game over the weekend as well.
Okay.
I saw the Brewers up in Milwaukee. Got this nice here Josh Hader bobblehead.
Nice. Yep, it does bobble, folks. I can confirm it.
It was Josh Hader bobblehead day, and Josh Hader did not pitch, and Christian Yelich did not play either. It was a little disappointing. The Brewers got shut out by the Rangers. Mike Minor went 8 scoreless innings. He looked fabulous, by the way.
By who? Who were they playing?
Mike Minor on the Rangers.
The Rangers. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's it. Wasn't he? His name. He was on the trading block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't get traded. He loves Texas. He really likes it there. He's happy. He might be top 5 in the Cy Young race right now, the AL.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think the main guys everyone's talking about, potentially 2 guys from the Astros, Cole Verlander, Charlie Morton.
Right. Former Stro.
Yeah, Mike Minor, and there's another guy. I'm blanking on it right now, but yeah. It's a tight race.
Yeah. Dude, Josh Hader, that would be really cool to see. He throws like 101, 102, right?
Close to it, yeah.
You know, I'm glad I don't have to worry about him as a Yankees fan. You know?
So we saw, I think there were 4 hits on each side. It wasn't a lot of action. 1-0 Rangers victory.
That's not great baseball to go to. I mean, it's high quality baseball.
I love seeing pitching, but the Brewers fans were so mad. It was really funny.
Yeah, that's funny. A 1-0 loss at home. That's
to a 500 team.
Was it fun though? You have a good
It was
time?
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Always, good brats, everything up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I went to the Cubs' first shutout loss of the season, and they lost 1-0 to probably the Braves, I think it was, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And that was just, everyone was sour. You didn't get what you paid for. You lose. You score 0 runs. You definitely
that was probably
lose some opportunities.
Was that last year? Like at the beginning of the year?
Yeah, it was beginning of
It was in April. They had the Braves.
It was the beginning
in
of
April.
the summer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I believe it was last year. I think
Okay.
it went with.
Well, they had that really cold series with the Braves last year. It was in April.
Yeah, it was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what it was. It was cold, and they lost 1-0.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So my question to you is this. Out of all the teams in the American League, past the Astros, which team concerns you the most in a 5-game series, the first round? So I guess I'll give you some options here. You got the division rival in the Tampa Bay Rays. You got the Oakland A's. You've got Cleveland Indians and Minnesota Twins. I think those are the main 4 right now.
Sure. I am not afraid of the Twins. I think they're overhyped. That's based on very little evidence. I have nothing for you, but I just have a feeling for these things, and I watched the Yankees take care of them. Those were fun games to watch. That was probably the best series that I even heard of this baseball season. I don't know if you know about the 10-inning game that they had, where there was 5 lead changes.
Yeah,
and then Aaron Hicks had a game-winning catch diving in center field.
That was an amazing catch.
Incredible. Probably could have been the play of the year.
Yeah.
In my very biased opinion, that was the play of the year. But yeah, they don't scare me. The Rays, the Yankees have handled them. They don't scare me.
Yeah.
I'm scared of the Indians.
Yeah.
And
that pitching.
So they're pitching, and they have the talent. They do. They just kind of have been bumbling around the past couple years, and they are so good. I think that they just have either been motivation issues or focus issues. I don't know what it is, but if they're in the zone and they're playing, like they were for a period this summer, they were the hottest team in baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They probably are still.
I don't know what they've been like the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
So, but they closing that lead on the Twins, and now are they even right now? Are they?
They have the Twins have a half-game lead. The Indians were 11 out at the start of June.
Okay. So you see, so they're figuring it out right now. That's a team. 2 years ago they put together a 24-game winning streak. It's pretty much the same team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's encouraging to me about that, though...
Well, they are a very different team.
Oh, they are?
Okay. Well, the reason why they struggled coming out of the gate was they had a lot of roster moves. I mean, Carlos Carrasco, poor guy, has cancer. Their pitcher.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That unfolded over the course of this summer. They got some new pitchers in there. They got Shane Bieber and Mike Clevenger, some guys from last year's team. They weren't there 2 years ago. They
Okay.
traded Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, that's true. Bauer just left.
They brought in Carlos Santana. They brought him back home after the whole Phillies thing didn't really work out. So there have been some roster changes. People thought maybe they'd be sellers. And what's amazing is the fact Danny Salazar, that guy's always injured too. This pitching staff is like a bunch of new guys with Kluber. Kluber's hurt, by the way, right now.
Okay.
And they're still the key. It's kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers with wide receivers. They
Sure.
always bring in. They know how to fill those holes, and that's what the Indians have done with Bieber, Clevenger. Bauer is gone. Oh, Zach Plesac. That's the other young guy. He's been fantastic for them.
Yeah. So, not the angle I was taking, because I obviously don't know too much outside of the Yankees. But, when you got Francisco Lindor, you got a chance of, winning the World Series.
Jose Ramirez was
Ramirez.
ice cold in the first half, and
Right.
he's turned it up, and it seems like there's a correlation. When that guy swinging the bat well, that team's playing a lot better.
Yeah. So that's a team that is as good as any. They just, it took them a while to figure it out. And I look at them as a team with, just as good as any, and they can be a big threat. And I honestly, if I look on paper who I'm scared of most, I'm still scared of the Red Sox, but it's just so great that they are underperforming so hard.
Yeah,
this
what
year.
do you think is wrong with the Red Sox?
Yeah, I think it's just the World Series hangover.
Yeah.
You saw it with the Cubs, then you saw it with the Astros. If you could call
Well, the
104
Astros
wins,
almost
if you could
did it
call
again.
104 wins, a hangover. But and then it's just who's the most motivated. A lot of times has to do with it because we haven't seen a team win back-to-back World Series since the Yankees. I'll make sure to
Yeah,
get
there
that.
you go.
But it's so hard because it's such a long season, and I think that the Red Sox, it's just the World Series hangover, and it's tough to get past. And then you look at this lead that the Yankees have right now, and they're almost just as far back behind the Rays. It's just they're looking at an insurmountable lead, and so right now they don't really have too much motivation. Next year, I think they'll be fighting with the Yankees and the Astros, but I think it is a mentality thing, and they probably didn't come into the season with the right mentality. So, because their roster is the same.
Well, I want to bring up something. How about the difference between Mookie Betts last year and this year? I need to pull up those numbers really quick. But last year, he was the MVP.
Right.
He was amazing last year. This year, still good, but last year 346, 32 homers, and this year 282. So his average is about, is that 65 points lower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about OBP?
OBP last year 438, this year 389.
That's a big jump.
And now, that player right there, that's still a great player.
Right.
What you're getting out of Mookie Betts, that's an elite player. But last year, what he did was just ridiculous. Same thing with JD Martinez, too. JD Martinez, 330 last year, also was in the MVP race. 43 homers, league-leading 130 RBIs. This year, 312 batting average, 28 homers, both really great numbers. RBIs, he has 60 less RBIs.
Yeah. Well, the season's not over, so those total numbers, there's something to that. But I think that is the World Series hangover. Mookie Betts was on top of the world. You win the MVP in the World Series. It's really tough to motivate yourself to work just as hard. And so I think it's just a thing where they're going to go hit the drawing board this summer, and they're going to be just as scary as they were 2 years ago. They don't have an old team. They've got these young guys. They've got Devers. They got Benintendi.
Yeah, lots of young talent there.
I'm sure Betts, how old is he? Mid-20s?
Yeah.
Yeah. JD's a little older, but he's still probably in his prime. So that's a team that I think is going to be filthy next year.
The other thing with the Red Sox is also I want to mention about that JD Martinez number. 60 less RBIs, that might not even be indicative of him. That just might mean there are less guys getting on base for them this year as a collective team.
We know what it is. They're just a bunch of entitled jerks. They win the World Series. They think they're the kings. They are the reigning kings currently, but not for long. And that's what happens. That's what happens to everyone. I think that the Cubs are kind of still going through that. Because the Cubs have underperformed.
You can't be hung over for like 3 years. Like that's no longer an excuse. I think you can, but you can't use that as an excuse for 3 years.
I totally agree. Yeah, that's inexcusable to still be hung over 2 years later at at the whole Cubs team. But they'll figure it out.
So I want one other note on the Red Sox. Their starting pitching is not what it was last year. Nathan Eovaldi has been injured a little bit. He was great for them last year down the stretch out of the bullpen. But in addition to that, Chris Sale his production has dipped a little bit. They tried to patch up their rotation by trading for Andrew Kashner at the deadline, and they just moved him to the bullpen. So I guess that didn't work out either.
Yeah, it's interesting. I keep hearing that the Red Sox, they didn't want to make a big splash because they knew they weren't going to make the playoffs, and so that makes a lot of sense to me. They're so far back. It's just like this is kind of a lost season at this point, and I think that for next year, it's probably going to be. This is a good gut check, reality check for them right now. These players are like, we were really entitled coming into this year, as every team is once they've won the World Series, and then they underperform. And then they, right now they're looking themselves in the mirror thinking, dang, management did not think that we had it in us. I'm sure at the deadline, this Red Sox team, that they thought that they had it in them, but their management clearly didn't. And so they didn't add any pitching. And, I don't know what it is, why I'm sure it's the same story with the pitchers as it is for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
The numbers are lower because of the World Series hangover. And I don't know if there's any stats to back that up. I'm more of like I see something and then I have a feeling about it, and that's I'll give you a hot take on it. So that's what I think is happening with their pitching.
Well, one thing I think helped the Astros last year to not be hungover, I like the fact that they win the World Series and they up the ante to say, let's get Garrett Cole. So like by making that move, you're making a statement that says, we want to win another one. We can win another one. And we're going to bring in some new guys. This is a different unit from the team the year before. We're continuously getting better. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it gets your team real excited. It definitely, worked. They won 104 games. So, yeah, like that, when that happens, the players get really excited. You get a new arm in there, and that guy is just pushing the competition to another level. I think it's really cool with pitchers too, because you're not exactly, if you bring in an outfielder, you've only got 3 outfielder spots. So, every guy's fighting for a spot. With starting pitchers, your number 5 guy is probably trash, and he probably shouldn't be pitching it. So it's fine to push him out of the competition.
Yeah.
And you bring in, another ace to there, that doesn't affect Verlander negatively. It helps him. It's another guy to talk baseball with, and it definitely that's what I think about that.
So I want to talk about another team in the Yankees division for a little bit, and maybe we'll move on to some other stuff. The Tampa Bay Rays. You talk about hot teams. 14-3 over the last 17. They're playing some good baseball right now.
Not worried. Yankees went on a 9-game winning streak. I don't have too much to give you on the Rays. I would love to hear what you have to say about the Rays.
Sure.
And then I can respond with an uninformed view.
Their bullpen has been great lately. Their pitching staff, without Tyler Glasnow, is getting the job done. Ryan Yarbrough, here's an interesting story, was throwing a shutout on, I think it was either Friday or Saturday. The guy's got a shutout, or actually it may have been Sunday. He gets 26 outs. He's at 99 pitches, so it's not even like he's at 120 pitches. And he gets pulled for the last batter, which is Omar Narvaez. It's not like you're facing Mike Trout, because Kevin Cash liked the matchup. I think this is a product of the over-managing right now.
Baloney. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
You know, what was the score?
Oh, gosh. I don't have the score, but the Rays won. It was a one-run game.
It was a one-run game.
It was a one-run game, but
was
nobody on base.
So it was 1-0.
1-0, nobody on base.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to pull him, you either pull him after the 8th, or if he gives up if he puts someone on base with the first batter. But if he doesn't, if he gets 2 outs by himself, why would you pull him?
Yeah.
I think that's terrible. That's, it was an analytical reason. The Rays are a very analytical team. But I think that they aren't factoring in the confidence boost that pitcher gets from
the rush of adrenaline.
Yeah, from completing that shutout. That gives the whole team a ton of confidence. That reliever doesn't want to come in.
No.
He's watching, one of his boys, this starting pitcher. Who is it?
It was Ryan Yarbrough.
He's watching his buddy, Ryan Yarbrough, throw gas the whole game, and he's got a shutout going, one more batter, and then his coach forces whoever this reliever was that came in to go pitch. He doesn't want to do that. That's like stealing from your friend,
Yeah.
Unless you're a scumbag, you don't like that. So
you don't take the last cookie from your buddy.
Yeah, you don't take the last cookie from your buddy.
He made them all himself.
Yeah, I might take the last cookie from my buddy, just pretending that
last slice of cake. How about that?
Last slice of cake, I'll take that too.
Someone's birthday
Unless
cake.
it's his birthday.
Yeah, Timmy's birthday cake.
Yeah.
You're not taking Timmy's last slice of his birthday cake.
Jack, if it was Jack, on your brother's birthday, if I took his last slice of cake, that would just be a terrible move. I would be Kevin Cash. So that guy's the worst officially.
No, I would be Kevin Cash because I'd be encouraging you to eat the cake.
Yes, you would be the worst. And not encouraging, you're forcing me. Because, Kevin Cash, he's the one who calls the shots.
Yeah.
What's a reliever going to do? Just not do it? It'd be like if you put a gun to my
I would have
head,
liked to see
eat that cake.
I would have liked to see a Trevor Bauer reaction to that guy coming into the game.
Yeah,
he just throws a hissy fit.
Throw a slice of cake into the stands. That'd be awesome to watch you throw cake into the stands. But with the protective netting, it probably wouldn't get in the stands. It'd probably fall short.
Yeah, they need to be protected from that very soft cake.
That's right. It comes fast, and if you're not paying attention, you're gonna get a Steve Aoki cake to the face.
Oh man, I think the Rays are good. I do. I think they're gonna be really interesting. I think the way their pitching is set up, they could do some damage to a team in a 5-game series. Now, what about this? What if they play the Astros and they get the Astros out for you?
That would be insane.
Because let's say the Astros get home field, they're the wild card winner. They play the wild card winner. Yankees would love to get home field and play the Rays again because the Yankees have no problem with the Rays. But I think maybe the Rays give trouble to a different team.
Yeah, that would be a dream scenario for me, I think that either way, whoever plays the Rays is going to win. They're not going to... The Rays aren't beating the Astros. This Astros team, I think, is the best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Their offense is, it's right there with the Yankees, and their pitching is just incredible. So I don't think that the Rays could beat either of those teams, and they're not going to be playing the Twins. So, but crazier things have happened in baseball. So, it's going to be Astros, Yankees, ALCS. I don't know what's going to happen in the NL.
I think I would give you the top 3 in the NL. Obviously the Dodgers. If you look at 2 teams that could potentially beat them, the Braves are kind of like the little brothers to the Dodgers right now. They have a similar type of... They've built the team similarly in terms of lots of young guys they've drafted. Just a ton of great talent on both those teams. If it's not the Braves... I like the Nationals in a 5 or 7 game series if Scherzer comes back before the playoffs and is in prime Scherzer form.
Is that with a black eye and he's awesome shutouts?
Yeah.
That prime Scherzer
Broken nose.
Broken nose. He had a black eye too, right?
Yes, at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a beast. What's he injured with right now? What's happening?
His back is he's got a back injury.
He's got a back injury.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's pretty hard to, predict when that'll be fully healed. It's pretty hard to know if you'll be,
He's coming back soon, it says.
If you'll be the same player that you were.
It looks like he's going to start next week.
Okay.
So.
Well, keep tossing up prayers for Mad Max.
Yeah.
That'd be, I would love to see him make a little run. But, I would just want Cubs, Yankees, World Series, and I want to splash on some tickets, at Wrigley. Spend all of my savings.
Oh my gosh. That'd be so expensive.
My 3 months worth of savings would be just down the toilet for one baseball game for one evening. But I would so do it if the Yankees come.
I don't think the Cubs are getting there. Here's an interesting, I'm going to get your thoughts on this. You probably missed it. Joe Madden shared the other day. He expects to return for next season, 2020. Meanwhile, as we are recording this podcast, the Cubs are down 10-0 to the Phillies in Philadelphia. They can't win on the road, by the way. But he expects to come back. In addition to that, he said it's not about wins and losses. It's about interpersonal relationships, as if that's the way he looks at managing.
Well,
interesting quote.
Interesting quote. I think he's got a point if you're talking about, your family, your personal life. But this is a business. This is baseball. Baseball is about wins and losses. That's a really bad sign that Joe Madden is even out here.
Yeah, why would you say that now?
Why did he get asked about this?
Who knows?
The wise thing to do would have been...
He talks a lot.
Yeah, he should not have said anything about that. Because now he's making us talk about it. Yeah. And now he's making me think, hey, David Ross, he's the man for the job. I saw David Ross at the Cubs game the other day.
Yeah?
I went to the game that Lester gave up 8 runs in 2 innings, something like that. It was horrible. We ended up staying the whole game, though. It ended up being fun. Turned around in the second half. But we're in the bleacher area where there's a bar area out there, and I'm just hanging out, and I see David Ross walk up these steps, and I look him right in the eye, and he looks me right in the eye, and I'm just thinking to myself, that guy looks like David Ross. And I just kind of creepily stare at him for a few seconds, and then he just walks past me and walks into this VIP area, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, that was David Ross. So I go and I ask the security guard, was that David Ross? And they say, yeah, that was David Ross. And so I just creepily stared at David Ross and could have given him knucks or something,
Yeah.
So, what's up, Dave? But didn't do that. So really blew that one. But he's my man for the manager because he looked pretty sweet when he was walking by me. So,
yeah, that's a good reason.
Yeah. So, and I think, back to what we were talking about. You can't be talking about that. You can't be bringing that up in a press conference, why you should keep your job. If you think you're going to keep your job, that's just, you're supposed to be an authority figure and you're supposed to be confident in what you're doing. If you're out here, making your case to the public, I don't know. It's just not a good look to me.
I think it's a really strange argument. It's not about wins and losses, which is what the Cubs need right now. I've heard plenty of this whole kumbaya stuff. The Cubs need to win some games because let's check the score. Let me see the score of the Cardinals game right now. Because if the Cardinals win tonight, they're tied in the National League Central. This was a team that when the Cubs won the World Series, what'd you hear everyone say? Dynasty. Dynasty. This is a dynasty. I believed it. I thought they were going to be right back there the next year. Astros are doing it. There's no reason why, if you look back at 2016, you said, the Cubs should be able to do what the Astros are doing right now or have the same sustained success that the Dodgers are having right now. And it's not like they even won the World Series in dominant fashion. They almost lost. I think a large part of that is poor decisions from the front office in terms of some of the guys they've traded. Jorge Soler has 35 homers right now. He's having a great year.
For the Royals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gleyber Torres, he's been great for the Yankees. So the Cardinals are tied with the Royals, but
They're probably going to beat the Royals. Yeah. Well, dude, the Kumbaya stuff, the Kumbaya stuff, I can't say this right. The Kumbaya stuff, that works the first year.
Yeah.
That gets you that first World Series. That gets you 2016, That gets you, what the Yankees are going to get this year, preemptively. But the Kumbaya stuff only works once, and then you got to really switch mentality because you're not, an underdog that hasn't won anything in such a long time.
You can't get into becoming complacent and content with and rest on your laurels of what you've already done.
Right. It's too mentally and emotionally draining to be the underdog team and have like that big underdog story. So you win that World Series, then your identity no longer is the team that's like pulling it all together and the chemistry is like you've already won. Your job now is to prove that you can sustain success. And sustained success is not based off of emotion and quotes, like fun Joe Madden quotes. Yeah. It's based off of, getting your nose down to the grind and consistency. So, and that's something that I don't know if the Cubs have right now. They've got the talent, so all they need to do is just focus and I really think that they could win the World Series this year. They just have not.
I don't think they can at the moment. As currently constructed as the culture of the team, I just cannot see them beating the Dodgers. Maybe they can beat the Braves, but I can't see them beating the Dodgers. It's the same thing. They can't win road games. They can't hit good pitching. They played Jason Vargas last night, and they could only put up 2 runs against him. But when they face... And that he's a fine pitcher. I'm not saying he's bad or anything, but I mean he's not an all-star pitcher. He's ERA around 4. He is what he is. And yet when they play these guys who have an ERA over 5, they put up 10 runs. So then everyone points to the run differential. The Cubs' run differential is great. Okay, but they can't win these close games.
Yeah.
There are a lot of problems right now. They don't hit timely. They leave runners on base. I just don't like it. I don't like what I see. Yeah. But I do like what Castellanos has brought to the team because that's a guy who's hungry. He is a contact hitter. I'd like to see more of those guys on the Cubs who are like, heck yeah, guys, let's go. Let's go win a championship. Let's do this thing. I've been freed from my purgatory on a horrible Detroit team, and now I get to play on the Cubs, and it's great. Like I love the energy that guy's playing with, but also the kind of player he is. I think they need a couple more of those kind of guys, some wily veterans in addition to that.
Well, I think that's a great point. You leave the prison of Detroit, and you come to the Cubs. These Cubs players, maybe they forgot how awesome it is to play in Chicago for the Cubs. At this beautiful stadium for these awesome fans.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can remind, the Cubs what it means to play for Chicago. But maybe the anecdote is just another witty Joe Madden quote and a T-shirt. Maybe that's what they need. Try not to suck. I love the Cubs, but that's just dumb.
I agree.
They don't need that.
I like some of the ones that they've had, but try not to suck. I just thought that was like one of those things where someone's clearly trying to be funny, but it's just not that funny.
Yeah, we'll come up with a good slogan by the end of this podcast.
I got a slogan that I'm gonna drop on the next episode when I talk AFC East teams.
Okay. Wow.
The Dolphins.
You got a
I got a hashtag for them for this season. I'll share it right now.
Will you really?
I will.
A preview.
Yes.
A treat for the fans.
What do you think the hashtag for the Miami Dolphins for 2019 is?
Fin the day. No.
Hashtag tanking for Tua.
Ooh. Is he worth tanking for, do you think?
I don't know. We'll get to that. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Tune in next
Little
week.
teaser there.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk about a couple other things here. MVP races in the National League. really everyone's been talking two guys all year in the National League, Yelich, Bellinger, or Yelly and Belly.
Yelly and Belly.
There appears to be a third guy emerging that people are saying, is there any chance he can get in there? That's Ronald Acuna Jr.
Yeah.
He might get in the 40-40 club this year. He's got an outside chance. He's got 34 homers, 28 stolen bases, month and a half left.
Yeah, I would.
That's only been done like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but we live in an advanced stats era.
Yeah,
advanced metrics, and hitting the difference between 39 and 40 home runs. There's no difference, and that'd be sweet if he does that. But
Yelich and Bellinger both have 39 right now.
39, okay.
So Yelich is hitting 330. Bellinger is hitting 316.
Okay.
So
OPS, do you know?
I know Bellinger's is over 1,000.
Wow. That's insane. That's rare. Over 1,000.
That's an MVP caliber year.
That's
and
an MVP
let's
year.
say those two guys are exactly even in every category. Wouldn't you go with the guy who was on the best team in baseball, best team in the National League, in the Dodgers? Over a team that might not make the playoffs?
I mean, that would be. I think that's what most people would do.
Yeah,
I think
tiebreaker.
I don't think that I would. I would really try to find a difference if I'm one of these voters, but I don't know how these voters work. Do they just go with gimmicky stuff because that is kind of gimmicky. That has nothing to do with Bellinger himself.
I mean, look, it's not the same as basketball where one guy can make a huge difference, but a guy still can make a pretty big difference in the middle of a lineup. So I think there is some value to it.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking anything away from as far as I'm not taking anything away from him as far as adding to wins goes. Maybe looking at WAR, that's important. But I like the idea of if you're on a losing team or a team that doesn't make the playoffs,
Mike Trout.
Yeah, like Mike Trout. Well, he's just so good that I don't think that you can do that. But if it's like Bellinger and Yelich and Brewers don't make the playoffs, then sure, I would totally give it to Bellinger.
I thought you were going to say, I like seeing a guy who's on a bad team still put up those numbers. I was that's Mike Trout.
I love Mike Trout.
I'm going to see him play at the Cell in September.
That's sweet.
I saw him before. I mentioned that on the one I was with Mario a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
He's got to go see him.
Yeah, I would love to. He's what does he have a nickname?
We should give him one.
Should give him one?
Something with fishing, right? With trout.
Trout, fishing.
We'll come back to that. Yeah. Submit your tweet them at me if you got nicknames for trout. At the Jack Vita. I know you're not a Twitter user.
Yeah, I'm not.
So,
I'm trying to think of something, but
if it pops into your head.
Oh yeah.
So Yelich, one other note. I know a lot of people are talking about Acuna potentially getting in that 40-40 club. Yelich quietly has 23 stolen bases. He's got 39 homers. He's going to get to 40. I would love to see a super aggressive Yelich on the base pass for like the last 6 weeks. Just stealing every single time. Stealing third, maybe trying to steal home.
Dude, stealing first.
Stealing first.
Dude, that'd be fun to watch. That would be even funnier if they were just so far out of the playoff race. Like they had like 30 wins right now, and at this point they're just trying to feed him stats. So every single time he doesn't score a single run, but he definitely gets a couple more stolen bases.
Yeah, he ends up leading the league in caught stealing, but it doesn't matter because he gets to 40-40.
Dude, he could have 40 caught stealings as well. That's what that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be like if you factored turnovers into to make a quadruple double in basketball.
That'd be sick.
10 turnovers.
Bet that's been done. I bet that's been done.
I'm gonna get to some other news and then a couple other things I'm gonna tell you or ask you about. You hear about this guy in the Reds, Aristides Aquino?
Is that the bad boy guy that's jacked and he's no, that's not him.
Well, he's basically he's got a similar body type to Puig. Now he's their right fielder since they traded Puig. And he's jacked. He's this, I think he's from Dominican Republic. He was an international signing guy. Was not a high prospect. They non-tendered him last year. Ended up bringing him back. He's the talk of baseball right now because he's played around 13 games, homered in 9 of them. He hit another homer tonight. He had 3 in one game against the Cubs last weekend.
In his first 13 games?
Yes.
Animal.
I got him on my fantasy team.
You got him on your fantasy
I didn't pick him up before the call-up, but I picked him up midway, and now I'm benefiting from it.
Wow. Look at you, the beneficiary of his success. That's pretty awesome. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know who this guy is. But if he's doing that, he's doing something right. He's been eating his Wheaties.
Or his spinach, Popeye
or
style.
Or spinach. I don't think spinach helps with baseball. There's like something about it's Wheaties that has the direct translation. Spinach slows you down. You heard it here first. Sorry I couldn't give you anything.
No, you're
good. I don't even know who he is. So.
Well, I know this was more American League heavy, and we're getting into some National League stuff. Let's go back to the AL. Is LeMahieu the AL MVP?
No. It's Mike Trout.
Yeah.
But I love LeMahieu. You know, he's my guy.
He's
the Yankees MVP. Yeah. Definitely. You know, he's really consistent, which is something that Yankees fans love, and every team needs a consistent guy at the top of the order. He's been hitting for power. I think he's got 17 home runs right now. Like, that's probably a career high for him.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you, but it probably is. You know, everyone is saying he couldn't hit away from Coors. Here he is hitting in Yankee Stadium, being a beast. And yeah, he's really been the rock for this Yankees team. But you look at a guy like Trout, you know, he's never going to be Mike Trout. Mike Trout.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm a big WAR guy. I default to WAR. I love how it factors in defense as well, you know, if you use the right WAR metric. But
yeah, that's important, the last part that you said there, because some are very faulty.
Yeah, no, you got to use the right one. But you look at, I don't think he's the MVP. I think that Mike Trout should have been the MVP the past 6 years. Mike Trout has gotten gypped every time he's finished in second place. The guy is clearly the best player in the league. It's just like the LeBron James effect, you know, where no one wants to vote for him again.
Well, but LeBron also is going on trips to Miami in the middle of the season. It's not the same thing.
Dude, Mike Trout and LeBron James are the exact same guy. They clearly have a lot in common.
They have the same body type.
Same body type. Dude, you think that Mike Trout is, you know, just like a massive athlete, but then go look at the picture of him standing next to J.J. Watt. Yeah. J.J. Watt makes him look tiny.
Well, a lot of you know what's interesting?
So funny.
You know what's interesting is a lot of, like, we talk about juice baseball. Some people, I'm sure, are shooting up the roids, but a lot of these guys, Yelich, they're not these like super jack guys. Yelich is pretty lean. They're a lot. Bellinger, he's not a jack guy. They're not huge. Now there's some guys like that, but I mean those guys just have great swing.
Yeah,
and benefit from a little bit of juice baseball. Yeah. Some of those balls, you're like, holy smokes, that ball it should not have gone that far.
Yeah. No, I mean, but those guys, they do their homework. You know, when I say that, I'm talking about looking at launch angle, studying pitchers. You know. And if you do that, you should be rewarded. You know, we're not in, you know, 1919.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just whoever's the strongest guy. But yeah, those guys do their homework. You know, they study the advanced metrics and it's paying off. You know, if you study launch angle and you practice at hitting it at a certain angle, you're going to do really well. And I think it's really important. You can look at these adjusted numbers that, you know, adjust to how the whole league is doing, and that's all you can really go off of. That's how you control for the juice ball, and players are still, you know, guys like Bellinger and Yelich are clearly, you know, and guys like Yellinger, good guy. So guys like Bellinger and Yelich and Trout are clearly, you know, a couple miles past the rest of the competition, and those guys, you gotta really tip the cap to them because they do all of the extra things that are available to them that some guys aren't willing to do yet.
Yellinger makes him sound like he's a Pokemon, and they're like in the same Pokemon family, and Yelich has like evolved into the next category of Yellinger.
Like you get to that certain level, and then it's like, what's this? He's a Pokemon. But then you can choose, like do you want him to evolve? Dude, whatever happened when you played Pokemon if you chose no?
I didn't play a lot of Pokemon. It was mainly like Pokemon Go that I learned that stuff from.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, Pokemon Go, that was
fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like it wouldn't have been fun if I hadn't ever played Pokemon.
I thought it was really fun because it was fun to I like to walk around and exercise and
I love like going into my neighbors' backyards and just like creeping around.
One day I was interning that summer at a newspaper, and one day everyone was just like, "Hey, come on!" Like during lunch, we all walked around and looked for Pokemon. Dude, it was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It was
just creeping around in your neighbor's backyard.
So, Jonathan, I don't know if you got a chance to hear about this. You hear about the Field of Dreams game that's going to be played next summer?
Yeah. It's should be pretty sweet.
By the way, tell people about it who might not know what it is.
Yeah, so Field of Dreams, legendary baseball movie.
Yeah.
And they've got this
Kevin Costner.
And they got this field where all the dreams come true. And they've recreated that, and it's in Iowa. And there's never been an MLB game played in Iowa before.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Yankees, White Sox. You know who's the home team?
Probably the White Sox.
White Sox? That would make sense. Midwest.
Yeah.
So they're going to be surrounded by corn, playing baseball.
Is it 2 games or is it 1 game?
I did not look at. I don't know.
Because it just feels odd that they'd do just 1 game somewhere. We had the London series. I like this a lot more than the London series, by the way.
Yeah, no, I agree. I would rather have this. I'd rather do some gimmicks at home than across the pond.
Yeah, it's hard with all that travel.
There's a 0% chance that there's ever an MLB team in London. It's just too far away. Yeah. They could start their own league. Yeah, that'd be great.
It's good for growing the game. I'd prefer if they did it during spring training. Yeah, because it's hard to do all that travel and stuff in the middle of the season. Yeah, but
no one will watch it though. That's the thing.
I don't know. I heard that the London folks get pretty pumped about the NFL games.
True. I was saying nobody from home would want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know. But it's spring training. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, so I think that's actually a great meeting. But
Field of Dreams game, I think this is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny. I got a good Larry Bird story that's connected to this cornfield thing.
Okay.
I was just finishing up the Dream Team book. Yesterday, actually.
Right.
And he talks about, there's a part where they talk about Larry Bird. Jack McCallum.
Okay.
Cover the team at the time. If you've seen the documentary, it's very similar. There's just a little more detailed information. But Larry Bird talks about his retirement. And how did he know when he was going to retire? Well, he was playing a game in Cleveland. The old, I don't think this is... Not Quicken Loans Arena is different. This is old Cleveland, almost 30 years ago. He played his last game there. He's like, it just felt right. And they're like, what do you mean? Why would you feel that way about playing in Cleveland? They're like, he says, well, you know what? I played my second game of my career here, and the stadium was actually not in Cleveland. It was outside of Cleveland, between Akron and Cleveland, just in the middle of cornfields. And he's like, it just felt right. Just basketball in the middle of cornfields. That's just, and he's just a farmer type country boy, and that's what he liked.
Dude, Larry Bird's a legend. I wish so bad he went to IU, and I could just love that guy.
He did.
No, he went to Indiana State.
He transferred from IU.
Oh, yeah, he started there, but he didn't play. Yeah. So, which is just, it's a real shame. But, and then he went to the Celtics and was an absolute animal there. That's a funny story, though. Yeah. I like that. The cornfield. Dude, Indiana people and their corn, they just love it.
Dude, I like small towns like that. I like corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just very stress-free.
It is. It very smells relaxing. Good. breathing in a ton of pesticides. That's great. I was just in Greenfield, Indiana, for a wedding, and the church that it was at, was on one side of the street, the other side of the street. It's actually bordered by 2 cornfields.
Oh, nice.
And it was just like, this is good. This is good. I feel relaxed.
Yeah.
You see some grasshoppers jumping around.
Yeah.
There's no stress there.
Yeah, I agree. I like it.
Larry Bird, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. I did my vacation up in Eagle River a couple weeks ago. It was only a week ago. It's very relaxing. Get away from the city. People just relax. It's nice. Okay, something else. And then we're going to shift gears and chat about food for a little bit. And then I'm going to let you go. So, when you were at the White Sox game last night, did they mention what they're going to be doing on Friday for the broadcast?
For the broadcast, I did not hear anything about that, no.
Okay, so Jason Benetti, their regular play-by-play guy, is calling the game with Bill Walton.
Wow, why?
They're playing the Angels, and I guess the Angels are like Bill Walton's team.
And so Bill Walton's just coming to town, and
I think it's going to be out in L.A., but...
Oh, this is in L.A.?
I think it is.
Wow, that's so fun.
So, Bill, if you want to hear... Even if you live out of the market, try to find a stream. If you want to hear Bill Walton on a baseball game, you're going to want to watch this game on Friday night. I think it's going to be so fun to hear. I love Bill Walton. He's so funny.
He's such a goofy dude. He looks like, I'm sorry, but he just looks like a fool in those Hawaii tournaments that they have. Is it the Maui Invitational that they have?
The Pac-12 Conference of Champions.
Oh my gosh, he looks brutal out there. But
how was that impression?
It was pretty. I'm gonna be honest, it wasn't very good. But you had fun doing it, dude. The thing is, I can't be a hater though because he enjoys it. He loves it so much. He's just doing what he loves doing, watching basketball, hanging out, talking to people. I guess he loves baseball too. So that's sweet. I'm definitely going to look for some highlights of that.
I think he'll do well on baseball because so much of the baseball broadcast is filling time because you have so much of just, here's a pitch, pitcher scratching his cheek. And now, they're just figuring, there's a lot of dead time in the baseball game where you include interesting conversations, anecdotes, whatever, and that guy's full of those.
Sure.
He always has these interesting things. They don't fit a basketball broadcast quite as nicely. So I'm curious to see what can he do with a baseball broadcast.
He's going to be going on.
He's going to be having the time of his life. He's
going to be having a great time talking about what he had for dinner last night. He's going to be telling some goofy stories that I bet some jaws are going to drop. That'll be good. Don't let me forget about that because I definitely want to.
Okay, for sure.
Watch some highlights.
All right. We got to have one final conversation here.
Okay.
Last night, I had the Chick-fil-A peach shake. Are you aware of the peach shake?
I'm aware of it, but I haven't had it yet.
You haven't had it?
You tried it?
Yes.
Thoughts?
I wanted to see if this is the top of the dessert game in fast food because it is great. I love it. It tastes like a peach cobbler.
Okay. Dang. Yeah, I got to try it. I was at Chick-fil-A yesterday. But I didn't even see like an advertisement for it, right?
I saw Tino Malnati at Chick-fil-A.
Tino Malnati. Yeah. Shout out to the Northwestern Wildcats. Shout out to the pizza guys. Where was this Chick-fil-A?
This was, the one over on Skokie Boulevard.
Okay.
Old Orchard Road, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, that's a good Chick-fil-A.
It is.
And you had the peach shake.
You got to get it because it's going to be gone soon. And one of my buddies lives in North Carolina, went there today expecting it, and they said we no longer carry it because, it's seasonal. It ends at the end of the summer, and I guess some places no longer have it. So you need to get it soon because I want to...
Get it ASAP. Dude, I'll get it. I've got a road trip coming up here. I got another wedding next weekend. I'm going to drink me a nice peach shake from Chick-fil-A with some nugs.
Yeah.
Dip the fries in there.
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't like that at all, but I know people love doing that.
I actually haven't done it with the nuggets, but I do it with fries.
Yeah.
Fries in a shake. I like that.
Yeah. Dip the fries in there. Probably won't do that, but I love me a nice milkshake. I will definitely try that, Jack. I'm a big fan of eating things that also. I'm a big fan of eating things that are really unhealthy and make you feel terrible. I had McDonald's for lunch today.
Oh boy, I haven't had McDonald's in like 3 years.
I had McDonald's.
Oh gosh.
I slammed a McChicken, a cheeseburger, and a sausage egg McMuffin, and it was glorious.
Man,
just put.
I feel sick just listening to that.
Rocket fuel just pumping through my veins, just fueled me to victory. So.
What is the top of the? I mean, in terms of fast food dessert,
sure,
it's got to be the concrete mixer from Culver's.
From Culver's.
That, and I think these shakes from Chick-fil-A.
Okay, shakes from Chick-fil-A.
What else is
are
there?
Awesome. Well, let's.
I know a lot of people like McDonald's ice cream.
Let's run through each fast food place. You got Taco Bell. You got they're known for their cinnamon twists. Pretty lame. They're the only dessert they have there.
The Cinnabon Delights at the breakfast. Those are decent.
That is
but
true.
It's not really a dessert. That's not a dessert.
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's not open all day.
So I mean, Taco Bell is at the bottom of the totem pole.
Okay.
So McDonald's, you got they got some shakes. They're hit or miss.
They have some
I like
cinnamon roll something or another there.
Do they still have that?
I don't know if they. I haven't been to McDonald's in 3 years. I don't know.
Yeah,
it was a healthy decision.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. I don't know.
It wasn't hard for me to let go of.
They got those double apple pie things that they have.
I've never had one, but I know a lot of people like them.
Yeah, so I mean, but still not that great.
They had those Sunday pies at Burger King. Were pretty good.
That's what I was about to bring up next. Burger King, they've got those pies. Those are pretty good. I like chocolate milkshakes from Burger King.
Haven't had one in years.
Dude,
wow.
I'm trying to think, what
In-N-Out shakes are good.
Yeah, In-N-Out has. I don't know the last time I was at In-N-Out, so I can't comment on that. No comments.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you been to Rallies?
Have not. No. Oh, we're forgetting Sonic. Sonic's their ice cream shakes, their drinks, those are all really good.
Sonic's is solid. Dude, dessert, I feel like if 10 years ago we were talking about this, I would have some great stuff for you. But I just don't eat dessert anymore. I don't very often, but I'm like the peach shake. Yeah, dude,
gotta get it.
If I'm eating unhealthy, I like it to be greasy and fatty. Okay. So
peach shake might not be the one for you because it's very fresh.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like they put fresh peaches in there with vanilla ice cream.
No, that sounds too fresh for me. I want to feel like a pile of garbage after eating my treat. So, for example, the double Nicky from Chuck Wagon.
Oh yeah.
You got
over in Wilmette.
Yeah,
for
you
those
got the greasy. Yeah. You finish that and I'll.
Oh, for those who have not been, it's a staple of Wilmette, Illinois.
Yes, so it's great. You get
downtown Wilmette.
Greasy cheeseburger. They throw the buns on the grill too. And then they shave the Euro meat, off that rotating Euro stick.
Yeah.
And then they throw it on there, and they put tzatziki and all these other toppings on there.
Nice pronunciation, by the way.
Tzatziki.
You got it. Yeah.
That's right.
You like that's your idea. You
Chuck
like
Wagon,
fatty foods.
Buffalo Joe's wings,
Yeah.
Put me on the couch
great.
for a couple hours. McDonald's, classic. Taco Bell. But as you get older, your body slows down a bit, and you can't. You switch it from maybe a couple times a week when you're high school and early college, later college. Once a week, once every other week, once a month now.
Yeah.
So you really can't do what you used to.
Well, I think if you're able to have a balance, what is healthy, what is not healthy, you can balance it out a little bit. There are some things that are easier for me to cut than it may be for others. Like McDonald's. I never go there.
See you later, McDonald's. See you, Ronald.
You get the cut some, and then you work out a bunch. And you work out a bunch, you can work off all those calories.
Dude, true. Very true.
If you don't have the calories, then you can lose weight if you need to lose weight.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Dude, we're solving life problems.
Yeah, we are going everywhere tonight. Yeah. This is great.
Dude, let's get another just random topic.
Why don't you bring one up?
All right, well...
Hour 15 in. Like, give you 5 minutes.
Hour 15 in?
Yeah.
And you're probably going to chop probably 20 minutes to chop.
No, not that much.
Probably 10, 15.
No.
Dude, so we still got time.
Sure, I guess.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I don't want this to end. This is great.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, give me a topic.
Well, dude, do you want to talk about movies? We could talk about, I don't know. What else is there to talk about?
I don't know. You're the one who wanted to keep talking.
Dude, I do want to keep talking. I just can't think of anything special.
This isn't your only chance to podcast. You'll come back.
I know, that's true.
Yeah.
But, like, we're here right now, so...
You know what? I'll give you one. On the subject of food. So I got some people angry at me. I'm going to talk about this with CJ. When CJ comes on the podcast next week and we preview the AFC North and the NFC North, CJ was unhappy with my French fry rankings from fast food places. I had my top 5.
Sure, let's hear them.
And I know my top 5. Let me think. I had the number 1 was Five Guys.
Yeah.
That was number 1.
Okay.
What's better than that?
Respectable number 1.
Number 2, gosh, there are a couple that are super original. So there's Five Guys, and I can't remember but I had Raising Cane's with their dipping sauce. That was up there. The Chick-fil-A waffle fries, Wendy's, and there was another one. But those were the ones.
Sure.
And CJ was unhappy with that.
Well, what did he want on there?
Probably McDonald's.
McDonald's, I mean, McDonald's fries are really good. So I can't blame him for not being happy about that. So what's this, Raising Cane's?
Yeah.
What's their dipping sauce?
It's a secret sauce. Is it
like Thousand Island kind of stuff?
No, it's like a sauce you put on a chicken.
Okay.
Their whole thing is chicken strips. It's really good.
Okay. Is it like a mayo-based aioli?
I don't know what it is because it's secret.
Okay.
I can't tell the secret. I don't know what it is. You have to have it.
Well, I mean, but it's probably some kind of sauce that's similar to something.
I okay, I found the list.
You made it?
So,
okay.
Yeah, it was Wendy's 5, Raising Cane's 4, Chick-fil-A 3, and then Arby's curly fries 2.
Sure. Yeah.
And then number 1 was Five Guys.
Dude, I like that. Five Guys, they're especially their Cajun fries are really good. I don't know. I wouldn't.
The peanut oil.
Arby's.
Man.
You said Arby's curly fries. I wouldn't put those on there.
Okay.
I also wouldn't put Wendy's on there. I think in my experience with Wendy's, I like that they do the natural sea salt, but they're a little tough. They're kind of hard. That's just my experience in my head with Wendy's. So I'm gonna pass on those. The waffle fries from Chick-fil-A are gas. Love those.
Gas is a good thing.
Gas is a good thing for all you old folk. Gas is really good.
And these are waffle fries you're talking about.
The waffle fries from Chick-fil-A are really good. They are what the kids would say
is gas.
Yeah, they're gas basically. Okay. They're really good. What's the Raising Cane's? Is that a local place or is that?
It's mainly a southern thing. They just got one by the Loyola Chicago campus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Raising Cane's. I'll have to try because I like a good.
Well,
fry sauce.
mainly you got to do the chicken there. The chicken and the fries complement the chicken very well.
Yeah,
as it's similar to how the waffle fries complement the chicken.
Sure.
The fries are not something super excellent in the sense of they're pretty standard in terms of fat, like good fries, like Culver's fries, Portillo's fries, whatever. It's like that.
Yeah.
So it's not anything crazy, but the sauce.
Yeah, dude, that'll change complete. Like you could have some garbage fries, but some good sauce. And that could throw them on the list.
What's your opinion on reheating French fries that are leftovers?
I've never done that, and that seems really weird. But in theory, it could work.
Okay.
I could.
Five Guys, I always do it with
I'm
their fries.
I'm not immediately opposed to it. I've never even thought about that. That's never crossed my mind. I always throw away cold fries.
I always
it's
save
kind of
food.
a waste. It's kind of a waste. Yeah. I mean, I save other things.
You know what? Here's what I like to do.
I just always throw away my fries.
I like to put the fries in the microwave, but before I do that, I sprinkle on some cheese. So then you have cheese fries.
Dude, that's You're a genius. Jack. I've never heard of this move. Microwaving your fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like the next morning for breakfast.
So do you make
Cheese
them fresh and then you throw them into
I don't
the microwave?
make them, but I buy them fresh.
You buy them fresh.
Yeah. And then like they sit, whatever I don't eat, they sit in the fridge for a day. The next morning,
for breakfast. Cheese fries.
Cheese fries for breakfast.
There we go, Jack. Yeah, dude, you were just talking about eating healthy, and I can see that you are sticking to it in all aspects of your meal life, your mealhood. So that's great. I mean, I like that. That's a good talking topic.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right.
One more.
We need one more.
I'll do one more. Okay, quick one. This is lightning round. Just one question though. Hot dogs, boiled or microwaved?
Boiled, definitely.
Thank you. Someone said I was weird for not microwaving the hot dogs because they're all about efficiency. I'm about taste.
Whoa, yeah, that's weird. I mean, you'd microwave everything then.
Yeah.
That's
microwave eggs. Some people do that.
So would you rather have your regular fries that you get from Five Guys, or would you rather have microwaved Five Guys fries?
Well, I do like the microwave fries. No.
Would you yeah, okay.
No,
dude,
that's
the regular. Insane. That's insane. Who was this? Call him out.
It was just something on. I saw it on Facebook. Someone posted something, and this guy's like, "Hey, I need to admit I like boiled hot dogs," and people were just killing the poor guy. I was like, "Leave this guy alone.
How about
this is bullying?"
Oh yeah, that's pretty weird. Oh, dude, this is. I forgot to bring this up. I want to talk about this. Dude, you got to get a song for your podcast.
Oh,
and I remember that there used to be a song, right?
Well, my dad is actually working on that this weekend.
Awesome.
He's gonna. It doesn't have any lyrics.
Okay.
But it's just gonna be some guitar riffs. It's gonna be pretty cool. So
nice.
he's gonna have a few, and we're gonna sit down and pick one, and it'll be coming out soon.
And they're original?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just he's gonna be shredding it on the guitar.
Yeah.
And you're gonna put it in as the intro.
Yeah.
Because you do the intro talking thing, and then you play some music, and then
that's what it'll be.
The guest. Yeah. Yeah. Because I've been listening to some other podcasts, and they'll have like, some kind of fun original thing.
Yeah.
This Yankees podcast I listen to, they got some kind of fun thing. Their intro song is to the tune of "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
Oh, okay.
And
That's
it's just
cool.
kind of corny but funny.
Yeah.
And then this other one, R.C. Sproul. Do you know who that is?
No.
Just like some famous theologian.
Oh, okay.
He's got some like kind of classical music. It's like some violin, just
some
going.
Organ.
There's no organ. It's just like some really intense violin going. And it's like it just gets you going. It gets you ready to dive into the depths of theology.
Yeah, there we go.
It's kind of weird, but whatever. So I'm very excited to hear this. I definitely thought that you could use that. So
thanks.
Are you gonna premiere it for the next?
I don't know when it'll be ready. It'll come soon though.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Let's see. What else should we talk about?
Well, we're kind of pressed for time. We gotta cut it.
Yeah, we gotta cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of. I feel like we had a decent amount of.
Yeah, we got a lot in there. It was good.
Yeah, a lot in there. I don't think it's gonna end up being that long though, because.
Well, it's an hour and a half right now.
You're gonna cut a good amount.
Not too much. Anything you'd like to promote while you're here?
Yeah. While I'm here, I would love to promote. Jack's podcast.
There we go.
That's right. I really don't have anything to promote, but I would like to say, keep listening to this show. I remember listening to one of Jack's early podcasts, and I don't really remember what it was about or who it was with, but I listened to these past two, and they're great. And so I just know that there's been growth. So this dude is on a great trajectory. So keep listening. Make sure you're subscribing. Keep watching baseball.
Yeah.
Don't be a silly millennial addicted to your phone. Jack and I haven't looked at our phones once on this podcast.
Correct.
That's actually not true. Jack was texting a little bit.
I was not texting. I was pulling up stats.
He was texting.
I have not texted anyone during this podcast.
I guess they'll have to decide for themselves at home. But keep watching baseball.
Yes.
It's the best sport around, and you could be unbiased like Jack, objective, or you could be like me and be really, really biased and just not take anyone else's word for it. So you do what you want, But yeah, thanks for having me on, Jack. This is fun. I'm excited to continue listening to your show.
Thanks, man.
Excited for that football preview.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Appreciate it.
That'd be really cool.
Thanks for the kind words. This was great. You're gonna have to come back sometime.
Yeah, you're the man, Jack.
We'll do a movie. I know you were really into movies. We'll do a movie episode sometime.
That's right. So keep listening, folks.
So that does it for my conversation with Jonathan JJ Jaggard. That was a very fun conversation. Went in a lot of different directions. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did making it. That concludes today's episode. But before I let you go, subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts, and you will never miss an episode. When you subscribe, you are supporting this show, and it makes a great difference and means a lot to me. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Feel free to leave a 5-star review on iTunes. That is another very helpful way to grow this show. That also means a lot to me. Coming up, we'll have the NFL stuff coming out next week, at least the first 2 parts. That will be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I know a lot of people are itching for football stuff, so that should be a lot of fun. And as I mentioned, Leslie Neese we were unable to record this week, but we will do something sometime in the near future. It might be closer to the Survivor premiere in a month, but we'll do something. It'll be fun. It'll be a good conversation. She's excited to come on, and I'm excited to have her here. So thank you to everyone for listening. Have a great night. God bless. Bring in the dancing lobsters.